Hey everybody, my name is Deja and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my March TBR. I feel like I just filmed my February TBR, but here we are filming my March TBR. We're going to first go over how I did last month. I did 5 spins last month because I was participating in a lot of readathons. So the first spin I had was a novella, which I chose Deeper by Rosie Adams. I have not currently read this, but I'm going to because I still have a couple days left in the month. So I'm going to count this one. I'm totally a liar and I did not end up reading this, but as I talk about later on, I'm allowed to switch out books throughout the month if I choose to. I just need to have a complete prompt, and I actually did read Coveted by Christina C. Jones, which is also a novella, and I read that for the Black Romanticathon, so I'm going to be counting that one for this instead. Regardless, the prompt is done. Then for continuous series, I originally chose Grip, and I did actually continue a series, but it also counts for another prompt, so I don't know. Y'all have to let me know whether you think I should deserve a punishment, but I did not read Grip. For hardcover, I originally chose Now That I Found You because I was convinced I had it in hardcover. I don't. I have it in paperback. It's like right there. But instead, I chose Blood Sugar by Sasha Rothschild. It was recommended to me by my friend Kelly for my 12 challenge, which if you want to learn more about that, you could check out my 23 books to read in 2023. And so I just swapped out the prompts, and I have it. It's just at my house because I bought it off Pango and they were supposed to deliver it and they delivered it like 2 days late. So for my library spin, I chose Fake It Till You Bake It because this was the group book for one of the teams for Blackathon, and I did end up reading it. And the last one was to read a used book, and originally I chose Blitzed by Alexa Martin, which is the third book in the, I don't know what it's called. Is it the Intercepted series? I don't know. But I actually ended up buying the second one, Fumbled, so I could read it in order, and I did end up reading this. So I actually did continue a series with this one as well, and I read 2 used books. I read this one and also Blood Sugar. So I only really read 4 books, but let me know if you think that I would have to take a punishment. I feel like I would, unless I could make it, like if I read one more hardcover, then I could make it work, but I didn't. So that's how I did for last month. I'm not taking punishments yet. I will be starting to take punishments in April, I'm pretty sure. I just really want to get used to it and do like one whole quarter without punishment. So I will be starting up punishments in the second quarter. And I think for this month, I'm going to do 5 or 6 spins because 5 spins actually was pretty well. Like I could definitely have finished all of it. I just was not in the mood for romance anymore because I read romance for like a week straight, and then after that I was like sick. So I'm definitely not going to be putting as much romance on this TBR. I'm definitely in like a horror thriller mood, so I'm really excited to get into those. But before we get into the spins, I'm going to talk about my book clubs and everything else I have going on for the month. I am in a book club called Stacks of Strange where we read weird books, and last year we took a little hiatus for like the second half of the year, but we're starting up again this year, and we're doing quarterly picks this time. And our pick for the first quarter, which is January, February, and March, is The Madhouse. I'm screaming because it's literally called Malice House. I literally can't believe that I messed up the title, but it's called Malice House. Yeah. And this one I was actually kind of shook by because I did not know it was written by Megan Shepherd, because I just remember her writing like young adult books. She wrote a young adult fantasy. She wrote a young adult historical horror, I think it was, but I did not know that she was writing an adult book. On the Instagram for Stacks of Strange, we have like a little graphic, and it says it has a secret manuscript, family secrets, and a haunted house. I'm not a huge fan of haunted house tropes, but I'm really excited to get to this one regardless because I do like a little family secret. I do love like a secret transcript or manuscript or anything like that. I do really love that element, and I'm hoping that this is not like a traditional haunted house type story because, you know, we are choosing it for Stacks of Strange, so I'm assuming that there is some weird element. And also, I didn't make it a goal or anything for me to participate in every single buzzwordathon, but I have for the past 2 months just on accident. And for this third month, I have a book that I could easily read for it. For March, it is like secret or secretive or anything like that, and I'm still in the middle of Secrets and Truths, and I was gonna read this for the Black Romanticathon for the prompt, read a like non-contemporary romance, but because I saw the buzzword was secret, I decided to hold off on this one and finish it up in March. I've been reading this for forever. I'm actually really like not good with this. I have a couple books that I'm in the middle of, that I have been in the middle of, and I literally have not made any progress on them because I'll start them and then a readathon will start, and then I start doing all the things for the readathon. There's more readathons, more books I need to read, and then I just like never return to them. So I'm really hoping to continue on with this one. So besides that, I do have like 3 reading vlogs planned, but one of them I'm not choosing like a TBR. So the first one that I'm going to be doing is a manga reading vlog, and I only have 1 manga chosen for this so far, and that is Uzumaki. I do want to do a mixture of like horror manga and then also romance manga, so I need to decide what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to do like 3 to 5, and I actually have spring break this month, so I'm hoping to get a ton of reading in. I'm really like just so excited like for this. Like I'm actually like taking a break for spring break, but I'm going to be starting up some exciting things that you'll hear about in like the next video or two during that time. But I am only going to be working my normal Friday shifts that I work normally, and I'm not on RA duty. I'm not doing any RA stuff, so I don't know if I'm going to be home, if I'm going to be here. I'm definitely going home, but I don't know if I'm going to be there the whole time. But regardless, I'm actually going to be taking a break and reading and making content, and I'm just super excited. So I definitely can read a couple manga. As I said, I normally try to do like 3 books for a reading vlog, and then up to 5, but because manga are so like, you know, they're pictures, I don't know how long they'll take me. But I'm doing a manga reading vlog. Well, it's my first time reading manga. I've never read manga, so it's gonna be like reading manga for the first time type vlog. So if you have any manga recommendations, let me know down below, because I will definitely look into them. As I said, I'm in a very thriller and horror mood, so I do want to do an anticipated releases reading vlog. I think this is something I want to do quarterly, where I read like 3 to 5 of my anticipated releases for the past like quarter, because I never get around to my anticipated releases. So I have 3 horror ones that I've chosen so far, but let me know if you think I should also include non-horror ones, because then I could definitely include Hellbent, which is over here. But the one that I physically own right now is episode 13 by Craig DeLuey. This is one I was super anticipating, and I picked up a physical copy, and this one is like kind of like found footage documentary in a book, which I'm super duper excited for, because found footage movies are some of my favorites, even though I don't really like paranormal horror even in movies. So I'm really excited to get to this. And then another one that I really want to read for this is The Spite House. This was not actually on my anticipated releases originally, but it is a horror by a Black author, which I really am trying to prioritize horror by Black authors, because horror, I would say right now, is my favorite genre. There's not as many like Black authors in that category. There's a lot more like Black authors in romance than there is in horror, and a lot of the horror tends to be like really traumatic and focusing on Black trauma. Sometimes, you know, I just want a little horror, you know, that's like just a horror like this with a Black character written by a Black author. I'm not sure if this one actually has commentary on being Black or if it goes into Black trauma, but this one is also the Literally Dead book club pick for March, so I definitely am going to pick that up. And the last one that I'm going to talk about is The Trees Grew Because I Bled Here, which is by Eric LaRocca. It is their new collection that's coming out, and so this one comes out March 7th, but I have it on pre-order, so it should definitely come. And those are the 3 that I have planned to read right now. As I said, let me know if you think I should just do like those 3. Do you think I should just like add Hellbent and like another book and just make it a general anticipated releases? Let me know horror anticipated releases or general anticipated releases. And the last reading vlog I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing a 24-hour readathon. So I don't know what I'm going to read for that. I don't know what the theme's going to be. I haven't decided the day yet, but since I'm on spring break and I don't have anything to do, I'm going to be doing a 24-hour readathon, and I'm really excited because I haven't done one in a long time. And yeah, so I'm not going to decide any of my 23 books to read in 2023 yet. I'm going to do the spinner wheel, see if we can get any of these on there, and hopefully if I can't, then that will kind of help determine like my 24-hour readathon and what books I'm reading for my 23 challenge, because I've read 3 so far, and to be on track I need to have read 4, so I technically need to read like 3 this month, but we'll see. I'm going to try and aim for like 2 at least. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to do 5 to 6 spins. I'm going to start with 5 and maybe add an additional 6th one, and I do get 1 skip per month if you don't know that. Like if I just don't want to do that prompt, I can skip it. So we're going to go for the first spin. Let me turn it up. Seasonal read. Okay, this is kind of interesting because I normally have like genres that I associate with different seasons, but like this is like a weird transitionary period season, and I don't know what I would really choose right now for like March. March, I would definitely say is more winter than spring. So since it is still winter, I'm going to go with a wintry just themed book. So I have 2 here. One of them is a romance, so I probably won't read that one, but depending on like what part of the month it is, if I read a whole bunch of horror and do horror reading vlogs, I may be burnt out on horror by the end, so I might pick that one up. But so I have Road of Bones, which is one that I was anticipating last year a lot. This one I believe is like possibly another like found footage one. Yeah, it's about a documentary, so I really love that. So I really love that trope, obviously, and I haven't seen it a ton of books yet. So this is one that I'm debating. I just picked it up, and it takes place in the Arctic Circle, and you can see like the trees are like snowy. So that one. Or I have Icebreaker, which I don't know if it takes place in the winter, but it is about like figure skating and hockey, which is cold. So that to me counts. So I'll probably be reading either one of these for that. But this one is super short, and I was super anticipated for me. Oh god, the text is tiny. But I'm super excited for both these. I literally just bought them in the same trip to Barnes & Noble. So I will be reading one of these. For now, I'm just going to put this one here, but we'll see which one I actually choose. So moving on to the second spin. A beautiful cover. Okay, so the one I'm going to go with, this one I have been wanting to read, and I know it's like a fall book and I should wait till the fall, but I've been wanting to read it so bad, and the audiobook came in from my library, and it's on my 23 challenge, so it'll knock off one of those, and that is Slump. I love this cover. I love the pictures in it, and as I said, the audiobook just came in from my library, and I'm in a horror mood. I've been wanting to read this so bad, and I keep pushing back the audiobook to come in from my library. Like, it comes in, and then I'm like, oh, deliver later, because I'm like, I should wait till the fall. But I want to read it so bad, and the cover is absolutely stunning. So this is the one I'm gonna go with. And as I said, and as y'all have probably picked up, I do like switch out books if like I don't end up wanting to read Slewfoot. Okay, let's just say I'm like, no, F horror, don't want to read it right now. Then I could choose, you know, I think Icebreaker is also a beautiful cover, so I can like swap out books for different prompts throughout the month if I choose. So this is the third spin. We have an anticipated release. So for that, I'm gonna go with episode 13 because, you know, it's already on the TBR. Or I could go with The Trees Grew because I bled there, because that one is coming out in March exactly. But this is the one that I physically have, so, and since it just came out about 2 months ago, I'm gonna add it there. So moving on to the fourth spin. The wheel has been so nice. I haven't had to skip yet. I'll probably have to skip the next one because I said that. Enemies to lovers. And I don't know why it says enemies wrong. I literally fixed it, but I am going to skip this prompt because, as I said, I'm not in a romance mood, don't want to read it. And enemies to lovers is actually harder than you think to choose because most of them are not actually enemies to lovers. So we're going to respin. This is the actual fourth spin. We have a Hoopla audiobook. I feel like I'm acting super enthusiastic today and energetic, and I feel like that might be weeding people out, but I just am really excited to film because I haven't filmed in forever. So this is one where I'm going to mention 2 options as well. So the first one is one that I physically own, and it's only 5 hours, so this is the one I'm probably going to choose. And it's also on my 23 books to read in 2023, and that is Any Man by Amber Tamblyn. I know this one is basically about a serial rapist that's a woman who rapes men, and it's kind of like commentary because they're like, nobody believes me, and it's like supposed to be like basically putting men in women's place, so they realize like what they say is so harmful and horrific. So this is one that I physically own because my friend Ruth bought this for me, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Ruth bought this for me, so thank you, Ruth. And it's only 5 hours, or it's actually like 4.5. So this is the one that I'm probably gonna read, but I also really have been wanting to read Nana by Brandon Massey. I know it's like weird and unhinged and paranormal, so I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but you know, that's also an option. That's also on Hoopla. But for now, we're going to just put the one I physically own to make this stack look nice. So that was number 4. Yeah, so we're going to move on to number 5. A standalone. Okay. For a standalone, I'm going to go with another horror, and that is Repugnant. And I feel so bad. Judith Sonnet, the author of Repugnant, actually sent me a copy because she like is republishing this book, or she already like republished it. She's doing like a different edition. This one's called the Goddamned Edition, and she sent me an e-copy to read and review, and I told her like, oh yeah, like she sent it to me at the end of December. I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait until January, so because I'm gonna start doing monthly wrap-ups, so I could put it in a wrap-up. And you know, January happened and I didn't read it, and then February I read romance for a week, and then I went into a week reading slump, so and it's a short month, so I didn't read it in February either. So March is the month. I promised Judith, if you're watching this, because she does watch my videos sometimes, I promised Judith I'm going to read it in March. I promise you. I feel so bad that I've not read this. I'm just going to read the little synopsis because it's like a paragraph. It says, a vicious killer is on the loose in a small town. Every person he encounters is killed in horrific and brutal ways, but one of his victims won't stay dead. Sabra Rockford woke up in the morgue on Halloween night, mutilated beyond recognition. She only has one night to find and stop her killer before he can send the entire town to hell. Warning, this is an extreme and graphic novel. It is not recommended for the easily offended. But it does take place during Halloween night, so we're definitely giving fall vibes. Maybe that's like the theme this month, is we just want it to be fall and Halloween, because yeah. So that one was number 5. So we're gonna do a 6 spin. Yeah. So an intimidating book. For an intimidating book, I'm gonna go again with Uzumaki just because I've never read manga and I've had this idea to do like reading manga for the first time as a reading vlog literally for like a year and I haven't done it. So obviously it's intimidating me in some way or fashion. So I'm gonna go with Uzumaki for this. So honestly, we have a pretty good stack. It's literally like all horror. So 2 of these books are on my 23 challenge, but to catch up, I technically need to read 3, and both of those are from the half that I chose myself. So I do try to read 1 a month from the 12 challenge portion, which is like where my friends recommended me books. None of them are really calling out to me right now. So I feel like the one based off my mood that I might go with is The Roanoke Girls by Amy Engel. This one was recommended to me by Mel from Mel's Literary Disco, and it was also sent to me by Carol from Carol Marie Reads for my birthday, I think when I turned like 18. So sorry I haven't gotten to it yet, Carol, but this is a cult thriller, and yeah, it's also like a thriller horror, so that's interesting. I'm not gonna put this in the official stack because, you know, it wasn't in the spins, but I just wanted to mention it because I am going to try and catch up this month on those because, you know, it's a little bit of a longer month. I have my spring break. Super excited for this month, really. So that's all that I have for this video today. I hope that y'all enjoyed. Let me know down below if I should do a horror anticipated reading vlog, just general anticipated releases, and if you made it to the end, put a little bone emoji down below for Road of Bones, and I will see y'all in my next one. Bye everybody.